Hey guys, this is Jess from Curse, and we're here at the S2 Games headquarters in Kalamazoo, where we're getting an exclusive first look at the upcoming hero Shank being added to the game tomorrow. So let's go take a look and see what Shank is all about.
The gameplay style for Shank was actually assigned to another hero. When I talk about having those hero shells with playable abilities, we have a hero that many of our players and our fans are familiar with, and his name is Midnight. And we were developing Midnight, and along the course of developing him, we just sort of had this aha moment and said, you know, Midnight would be great as Shank. And Shank was a concept that one of the very first things I ever illustrated or concepted for Strife, almost some 2 years ago, was this hero that I called Shank, which was this kind of madman, lunatic, brawler hero.
We talk about Shank, he has this giant ball as part of his persona. It's kind of like the ball and chain, being like a prisoner. But what's really kind of compelling to me about it is Shank has a little face on the ball that he talks to, so it's sort of like his buddy.
He's going to be really frenetic, really fun. You get in there and mix it up type of hero for people that love to just kind of go YOLO and put on their crazy mask and just have a good time.
So kind of very in keeping with the whole theme of Strife, you know, which is constant action, you know, constant fun.
Yes.
You know, you never know when a team fight could occur, kind of thing.
Exactly.
With Shank, he actually started off as a completely different hero. He went through several different skill set designs, and literally every single skill on that hero is now different than what it used to be. He also went through several different art iterations as well, and what we ended up with is we ended up with a kind of a large hulking guy that escaped from prison, and he uses his shackles as the weapon. So it has this really kind of crazy feel to it. It's just a lot of fun.
One thing we were noticing a bit in general with the way our initiators and our tanky heroes were working is a lot of them really had to do with just kind of jumping in and absorbing damage, which is typically how our tanks work, but we wanted to kind of break up team fights a bit. We wanted players to not only be thinking about tanks positioning in terms of like, oh, they're at the front line, I need to position around this. We want to create a hero that can kind of manipulate the positioning of team fights more.
He really complements having other melee heroes on your team, because melee heroes have a hard time, or some melee heroes have a hard time engaging the enemy, but because Shank displaces the enemy and brings them to you, other melee heroes can take advantage of the initiation you provided for them.
We wanted to create a hero that was a bit different, that kind of created and forced positioning on the enemy heroes and their allies in kind of new ways. And with Shank, we've done that in kind of two different ways. One is with the ultimate, which is, if you're familiar with other MOBAs, it's a hook skill. He also has a skill where he shouts in a line and gives all allies a huge burst of speed. And what that really allows his allies and himself to do is kind of reposition quickly, allows himself to reposition and get that big hook. It allows his allies to use their initiation skills in new ways. And we've really found that in our test games that it's kind of made that role, he kind of fills that, that tanky initiator role in kind of a new way, and it's been a lot of fun for us.
Well, that was Shank. Once again, he'll be added to the game tomorrow, and if you guys want more exclusive first looks from us, stay tuned next week where we'll be revealing another upcoming hero added to Strife. Once again, I'm Jess from Curse. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the game.